Hey, and a good evening. Meteorologist Chris Smith here in the Panhandle Weather Studios here on this Friday evening. I hope you had a wonderful end to the work and school week. Weather-wise here across the Panhandle, it was we had a few showers for the first part of the day, but otherwise just generally mostly cloudy at times. It was a little partly cloudy across northwest Florida, and we got some wild weather to talk about this weekend. Obviously, the big winter storm bearing down on a good chunk of the country, and that same storm system, we talked about it yesterday, has the potential to bring us some severe weather on Sunday as it moves through Sunday afternoon and evening. So we have a lot to talk about this weekend. And getting not to be lost in this is that next week will probably be the coldest week we've seen so far this year. Maybe teens for low temperatures for some inland areas. Yeah. As far as today across the Panhandle, we started off with a little bit of a sunrise there, but as you looked off to the west there, you definitely saw the darker skies. As a matter of fact, I had some rain as I was dropping Lila off at school in South Walton this morning, and you could definitely tell with those darker skies that the rain showers were approaching and did eventually move across Panama City Beach. My dad capturing the sunset this evening out along 30A there with the sun about ready to set out over across the Gulf. So it wasn't completely cloudy across our area. David Wesley, mostly cloudy skies out over across Panama City Beach from that vantage point. And picture here, this comes in from Maria, and it certainly looks a little bit more ominous as it looks out towards the Gulf. She just sent this picture in the app just a few moments ago. That's why I was like a minute late, because I was like, ooh, I like that picture. Let's go ahead and put it in. So thank you very much, Maria, for sending in that picture. This weekend, when you're on the go, you can submit your pictures in the Panhandle Weather app. We absolutely appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Maybe you're watching us from one of the places impacted by the winter storm. I would not be mad if you sent us some pictures in the app this weekend to show us what's going on in other parts of the country. Here's what's going on this evening across our area. Temperatures into the 60s, dew point into the upper 50s, so that kind of gives you an idea, at least in Destin right now, that temperatures aren't going to be able to get a whole lot cooler tonight with that high dew point temperature. Now, we are seeing a little bit of a light northerly wind that will bring in some slightly drier air tonight, so I think we may be able to get slightly below 58 degrees for that low, but not too far. Panama City Beach, we got 4 tables, it looks like, right now. Maybe 5 tables. I think that's 4 tables. Anyway, we got some tables there filled. Hey, Becky. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Austin. Meanwhile, Panama City Beach over at Schooners, they reopened February the 2nd. Groundhog Day. I wonder if it's a coincidence or not. Meanwhile, Pineapple Willie's, they are open, and we see a few clouds there across the distance and that daylight continuing to fade away as we continue to add minutes to each day. High temperatures today, 60s and 70s. You see, some of us with a little more sunshine got up into the 70s, most of us flirting with that 70-degree mark. Right now, we're currently into the 50s and 60s, most of us into the low 60s. When you compare to 24 hours ago, we are a little bit cooler up across the I-10 corridor, and again, we have a little bit of a northerly wind that's taken over the course of the day, helping to bring in some slightly cooler, drier air. So live Doppler radar is pretty quiet right now. A couple sprinkles down over just south of St. Vincent Island and St. George Island this evening. You go back to earlier this morning, you can see this little swath of showers that made its way through South Walton and then up through Jackson County and kind of fizzled out as it made its way over towards Quincy and Tallahassee. So it didn't make a lot of progress all the way to the east. But we did see a few showers, and I think maybe Miss Laverne saw maybe a sprinkle of rainfall earlier today. You see where the showers were. I mean, there weren't a lot out there, and how much they dropped. When I checked my rain gauge this morning, I had 0.03 of an inch of rainfall, and that was generally the rule of thumb for most of us. 100ths of an inch to almost no rainfall in some good pockets, but there were a couple nuisancey showers out there this morning. So here's your storm system getting better organized and developing. You see the snow band. There's your sleet and freezing rain band. There's rain there. Look at all the colors on the map. Just a big old mess. And thankfully here in Northwest Florida, we're relatively quiet, although we do have a extreme cold watch for the Western Panhandle heading into Monday morning. That will probably be expanded across the rest of our area Monday into Tuesday. But you see, this is going to be the storm track here, and there'll be a couple different waves along it here as we move through the weekend. Again, all the winter weather staying way far away from us. So when you talk about this Dallas seeing rain, there's your mixed precipitation here. This is the area that I would watch carefully. Parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, up into Tennessee, that's an ice storm warning. That could be crippling. And that will be an area that we watch this weekend. Winter weather up into Wichita, Kansas, and that will spread from Denver and over into Kentucky and the Ohio River Valley. So wind speeds right now, you see what I'm talking about, 8, 6, 3, 5, not very strong, but a slight northerly wind that's developed, and that's why we've seen those temperatures come down just a bit across the I-10 corridor. Those winds as we move through the night will stay northerly, but notice pretty quickly on Saturday they turn northeast, and then eventually by mid-morning they start to turn more easterly, and as we move through tomorrow afternoon, we'll see the winds turn more southeasterly. It'll be a little breezy tomorrow, keep that in mind, but you'll forget about it when you see the wind on Sunday, because it's going to be downright windy on Sunday as this next weather maker approaches. But you'll see throughout Saturday, it will still be pretty breezy, and that moisture that we're getting pushed out just a little bit right now will quickly return. So futurecast this evening, again, pretty cloudy, but quiet across our area. You'll see some moisture try and stream in Saturday, but as far as the blips of green, any chances of rainfall should remain pretty small across Northwest Florida as we make our way on through the upcoming weekend. So, as far as Saturday, you'll see cloudy skies throughout the afternoon hours. There is some rainfall up towards the Panhandle weather logo there into parts of Alabama and Mississippi, but that will stay north and west of us through your Saturday. So chances of rain Saturday, slim to none. As we move through Friday into tonight, from tonight into Saturday, temperatures 60s dropping down into the 50s. We'll go low 50s inland, probably mid 50s to upper 50s down along the coastline. My daughter lives in Knoxville. Is their weather improving as far as ice and power outages? We'll take a look at that in a minute. But I got the person for you, Miss Becky. Low temperatures again tonight, 50, mid 50s along the coastline, not too bad. And as we look out over across the southeast, there's your winter storm system. The fine line, the snow, the freezing rain, the potential for freezing rain, the potential for rain, places like Knoxville, and then maybe some snow to end it just a little bit. So that's the way things are shaping up right now. Let me go ahead and bring me back up here. And let's see. We'll go east. Weather. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up here. Where is my buddy's website? East. Oh, you know what? It's East Tennessee weather. And Witcher. There we go. So here's where you need to go if you want to know what's going on with the weather in East Tennessee. Mike Witcher. So he is part of the National Weather Network. And this is something that if you're really interested in the weather this weekend, you might want to take a look at this map of where we have affiliates of stuff like Dan and I. Like Doug Heddy in Missouri, Mike Collier in Oklahoma. We got some new guys on board there, James Bryant and company in Arkansas. We have James Floyd. We have Nick Mikulus in Alexandria. We have Mississippi Live Weather, Matt Laubon, of course, the founders, Lawrence, up there in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee Valley Weather. So Mike Witcher's right there, and then we're down here on the Gulf Coast. We'll be 70 and loving life. But you can click on these and go to their sites, and you can watch their coverage through the weekend. And a lot of these places are going to be impacted by that ice and snow. And so it might be some interesting stuff to watch if you're just kind of like interested in the weather, watching other people like us. Now, for us this weekend, Saturday will be quiet, but as we head into Sunday, we'll talk about severe weather, and there's a potential we'll just go wall to wall on Sunday like we usually do as that squall line moves in towards Pensacola and crosses northwest Florida, just in case we see any severe weather. So that's kind of what our plan is. Now, it's already 6:14. Okay. I'm supposed to go see Charlie play flag football tonight at 7:30. So I have 15 more minutes with you guys, hopefully, and before I have to like skedaddle out of here. But we haven't even gotten to talking about the winter storm and that whole mess. So we're going to talk about that, get into the severe weather, talk about the chances of tornadoes Sunday afternoon and evening. That, my friends, is what we're going to be doing here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and we're going to go to break, and I'll see you on the flip side.
When it comes to building, local experience matters. At Mid-South Lumber, our team knows the job, and we'll help you get it right the first time. From weekend DIY projects to full custom builds, you'll get solid materials, fair prices, and service you won't find at a big box store. That's why we're the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. Mid-South Lumber. Shop local. Build with confidence. Let's quote your next project today.
We're proud to bring you the most popular cars in the world, like the stylish Camry and the sporty Corolla. Get award-winning style and 2.99% APR on a new Camry, named Best New Model by Kelley Blue Book. Plus, you get 90 days until you make your first payment. Curb appeal comes standard on the new Corolla, designed to wow from the inside out. Get 2.99% APR plus 90 days until your first payment. Panama City Toyota, your Camry and Corolla headquarters.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Hey, and a good evening. Welcome back, my friends. Thanks for sticking around for a few minutes there while we pay some of the bills. We appreciate our sponsors very, very much, and we hope if you have interests in what they provide that you will choose them. But always a pleasure to work with. So let's see, Becky. Good. I'm glad you checked out Witcher. Witcher's a really good guy. He's very bright, and like his social media content puts mine to shame. I don't know. I think I'm a little vanilla. Mike is really, really good. And he's really smart too. Really nice guy. Let's see. Tornado threat stays low. Yeah, I mean, the tornado threat is low. The House of Rain looking Sunday, mainly afternoon and evening, but depending upon where you are, as you go east, it could be more evening. So a good chunk of Sunday could end up being okay, especially as you get like Panama City East. But I think we'll all be guaranteed to make it to lunch. Winter seems to be lost down here, needs to go back up north. Yes, seriously. And thanks, Chris, for being personal, interacting. We love it. Yes, that's what I love. That's the cool thing about this is like we can interact. You can ask questions, make comments, make fun of me, whatever the case is. So let's go ahead. I got to get to Charlie's game. So now I'm down to 12 minutes. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going on across Northwest Florida when it comes to the weather. There you go. This is Panama City Beach at the Casa Loma Resort. As we look out over from the beach and over into Panama City, things are pretty still right now as we take a live look over to destination Panama City. Winds fairly light right now. You see the swing not even swinging around. Some low cloudiness looking off into the distance over into Destin, but all in all, fairly quiet evening there over across the Marlar Bridge with traffic moving along okay. Not expecting to see any fog tonight, so that's some good news. And over at Grand Lagoon, we got one sea screamer. I have a feeling probably the other one's getting checked out. This is the time of year they tend to do that kind of stuff, and I've been kind of peeking, and I was like, I don't see the sea screamer. So I have a feeling that's what it is. Maybe somebody knows. They'll tell us. St. Andrews, looking across the bay, there's the port, and there's Panama City Beach out there, some of the condo towers, 63 degrees. Live Doppler radar, some sprinkles for my friends in St. George Island. That's about it for rainfall. Obviously, the big story, this big winter storm system stretching from Boston through the Ohio River Valley out into the Plain States. It goes all the way out to Colorado and New Mexico. Winter storm warnings in New Mexico and Colorado. Again, this is a big storm system. So for us, we'll see mild weather for most of our weekend. Mild temps with more clouds on Saturday, not bad. Sunday, warm and windy. Again, when I say windy, like it'll be breezy Saturday. Sunday will be downright windy. And then storms in the afternoon with the coldest air of the season on the backside. I'm not ruling out teens, put it that way, for inland areas. In mid-20s for the coast, we haven't been anywhere close to that. The beaches of 31, 32, that's been about it. This is gonna go way below that. Temperatures tonight, again, mainly into the 50s across our area. Pay attention to the winds. Again, winds out of the northeast will be at about 5 to 10. Then we pick up to about 15 miles an hour during the day on Saturday. Then we see that onshore wind begin to develop as we head from Saturday night and on into Sunday. Then on Sunday, that wind becomes more southerly Sunday morning, and the winds really pick up by lunchtime. We'll be talking about winds getting up over 20 miles an hour before the cold air begins to plunge back down toward the south. So as we look over across Northwest Florida, mostly cloudy skies across our area throughout the day on Saturday. Not much in the way of any rainfall is going to be expected across our region as we head from Saturday afternoon and evening. Mostly cloudy skies Sunday morning. You head off to church. Guess what? More of the same. Mostly cloudy skies. So temperatures 50s, low to mid 50s. Tomorrow's highs upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. Not bad at all. Just not a ton of sunshine. Mardi Gras in Defuniak Springs, you'll be into the mid upper 60s. Mostly cloudy skies, but it should be dry. The parade is at 3 o'clock, but they have stuff that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. That should be a good time. Temperatures Sunday morning 50s and then 60s near the coastline. High temperatures Sunday well up into the 70s, and you just see that southerly wind pumping in the moisture from the Gulf. So when we talk about winter weather impacts, look across the country and you're talking about there's extreme. That's ice, my friends. That's where they're going to see that. Even up into Georgia, we're seeing severe, major to extreme conditions. And then up into the Northeast, major. I mean, look just how much of the map is major impacts. But this is the one that scares me. And we got one of the best, Matt Laubon in Tupelo, does this, Mississippi Live. Check them out. They could have thunder, freezing rain. So freezing rain, the atmosphere is so unstable that they get thunderstorms with freezing rain. I can't even begin to tell you how scary that is with what the impacts would be. So record cold temperatures. Highs today were 20 to 40 degrees below average. Widespread record low daytime temperatures across a good swath of the plains today. Sunday, that pushes to the south. You can see what's happening. All this cold air will plunge south, and Sunday, it's just knocking on our doorstep right there. but we will be mild on Sunday. But right along the leading edge of that, guess what? That's where the thunderstorms are, and that's what we'll have to deal with. So when we talk about areas that could see more than 8 inches of snow, Nebraska into parts of Missouri, and then right down the Ohio River Valley on into parts of West Virginia, there'll be folks that could see 18 inches of snow, Appalachians through central Pennsylvania, parts of Missouri, over into parts of Kansas, and then other areas that are going to see upwards of 8+ inches of snow in the dark shaded blue area. It's going to be a big winter storm system. Then the biggest impact is ice. And that will be Oklahoma City down through Dallas. These are going to be icing accumulations likely in pink. And then where you see the higher amounts, that's over a ½ inch probably of ice that we're going to be looking at. That begins to shift to the east. Here is your area of low pressure. This is the same low Saturday evening that will bring us severe on Sunday afternoon. It progresses to the east and up to the north. We're getting into ice, Memphis and Nashville, strong, moist southerly flow, just running into this Arctic air mass on the other side of it. That's why the icing is occurring. But then we have the instability right here, Alabama, Mississippi into Florida, that gets those thunderstorms going across our area. And then the ice continues to shift to the north and east, and we get the cold air on the backside. So rain chances Saturday aren't zero. Best chance of rainfall going to be on Sunday. Here's your severe weather threat. Macon to Montgomery, Tallahassee, and along the Gulf Coast back to almost New Orleans, okay? It is a level 1 threat, so I don't want to scare the bejesus out of you that like this is something like the ice storm. Nothing like it as far as the peril that people will face from it. This is just a level 1 severe weather threat. We've had a bunch of these since we launched the channel. Some of them have produced tornadoes, so you can't just completely ignore them. And you'll see our supercell index showing the potential that some of these storms could have some weak rotation associated with them that would be capable of producing tornadoes. So that's why we'll kind of pay attention to that line as it moves through. Now, damaging wind is the primary threat, but within that line, there could be some rotation. And so we'll watch that as we head through Sunday, and then everything Sunday evening moves off to the east. Our future lightning. Look at the lightning out to the west. Look at that into Mississippi. Okay, Alabama, Mississippi. This is the same area that's going to be seeing ice. That's how much instability that we have. Now, as it moves into our area, the lightning potential really diminishes. More western panhandle, but you see how it kind of fizzles. Doesn't go away completely. And then the convective available potential energy, that's what was kind of like the blue and green. You see how that gets wiped away. But there will be some energy, there will be some what we call helicity spin in the atmosphere for tornadoes. So we'll watch it carefully, but it doesn't mean we're guaranteed to see it. It will probably end up being a 2% chance. So stationary front, here it is lifting to the north. Low pressure brings the moisture from the Gulf. You can see that line of storms. So Janice was asking in the chat about the timing. This is 1:30 on Sunday, and there's the line over towards Pensacola. Let's zoom in and take a look at it. We'll get rid of the front so it's not blocking anything. 6:30 is from Mariana to Panama City. So you see, let's say most of Sunday, that line, and we have to continue to watch the forecast as far as the timing, but a good chunk of our Sunday for a lot of people will be okay. The storms move east through the evening, and then by the time you wake up Monday morning, winter is here, sky's clear, and the wind is blowing out of the northwest, and you're wishing the warm weather was back. So we have light northerly winds right now. As we move through Saturday, we will see the winds turn east. It gets a little breezy. As we head into Sunday, winds turn southerly, and it gets even windier. Sustained winds could be over 20 miles an hour Sunday afternoon. The front comes through, the winds turn out of the north and west, and that's when winter begins to move in. Look at the gusts. The wind gusts Sunday afternoon could be as high as 30 miles an hour. Saturday, the winds could gust about 20 miles an hour. But I think as we head into Sunday, look at that. You see those numbers there? They're up there 30 miles an hour for gusts. That's not in thunderstorms, that's out in front of the thunderstorms. The rainfall isn't a drought buster, but we'll take it. Less towards Tallahassee, more towards Pensacola. We'll split the difference, a half to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. So, then we get the cold air. Look at these temperatures Monday afternoon, 40s. That's it across our area. Watch the temperatures tumble Monday night into Tuesday morning. Monday night, Tuesday morning will be the coldest night of this cold spell. Look at the temperatures, 21, 21, 21, 28, 25, 24, 27. And we could go down to 24 to 25, 26 right along the beaches. Pensacola down to 20. It's inland off the water a little bit, the airport, but still. And then look at that, 19 across the I-10 corridor Tuesday morning. Wind chill values as we move through Monday. Wind chills all day Monday will be in the 30s and then drop down into the teens area-wide heading into Tuesday morning. Teens, the wind chill values. Keep that in mind with the kids heading off to school on Tuesday morning. So there's your trough of low pressure. Another trough of low pressure. So this keeps the cold air in place on into next weekend. Now, this is the big weather story that people are talking about on social media. Another southern snowstorm. We'll see. It's a week away. That's fantasy land for snow. They haven't been able to get things 100% straight with this storm system, a couple days in advance. It's tricky. So to say it's going to snow next weekend is just ridiculous. And if you see it on social media, it is clickbait. Is it possible we could see snow across the South on next weekend? Possible. Is it likely? Probably not. We'll watch it. 70s this weekend, 40s and 50s all next week. That is it. Look at the lows, 24, 19. So the beaches have hardly frozen, 32, 24, 31, 32, 29. That's like 5 mornings in a row with freezing temperatures at the beaches. Inland areas, you're in the 20s for almost all of them. It's crazy, my friends. Cold weather through Groundhog Day, cold weather through February the 2nd across our area, and it continues out through at least the 6th. So at least through the first week of February, it's going to be cold. Here's that 7-day forecast, and you see the extreme cold watch listed on your screen there. Thunderstorms on Sunday, cold weather next week. Pay attention to those freezing temperatures. Yes, dripping the pipes at the beaches for sure. And then teens, possible Tuesday morning for inland areas. Just wild, wild stuff. And I forgot to mention, Dan is on his way back from Kentucky. So he'll be back this weekend. I'm sure, I don't know if he'll work tomorrow, but he works every day. But we'll definitely cover those storms on Sunday. We don't normally do a show on the weekends, but I'm tempted to do a 6 o'clock tomorrow night just because, or at least at some point tomorrow, a live show, just so we can kind of update you on everything. We'll have updates on the channel, but I like to do a live show so you guys can ask questions and stuff like that. So, so that's the way things stand right now. Yeah, bring in the flag, secure the pool furniture. Iris, you're very welcome. Michelle, Joseph, Waterspout Sunday, maybe. I mean, there's a chance of tornado Sunday for sure. Needed to warm up for Mardi Gras on the 6th in St. Andrews. We'll see. It right now looks cold. Let's see. Will he be okay flying during cold weather? Who's going to be flying during cold weather? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Dan. Jeez. Sorry. Oh, yeah, he'll be fine. Better he came back today than tomorrow because I have my doubts as to whether he's going to get back tomorrow. What are the chances of a tornado happening? Probably about a 2% chance is the way I think the Storm Prediction Center will do it. About 2% within 25 miles of where you live. Winds on Sunday will be probably 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts to 30 miles an hour. So Allison, oh my goodness, it's 6:33. So I'm going to get in trouble if I'm late to Charlie's game. So let me, you said this weekend. Oh, yeah. So, so I need to get going so I could see Charlie's flag football game. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll update you. I put a whole bunch of updates on the channel this evening for the weather. I'll see y'all tomorrow with updates on the threat of storms. We'll talk a little bit about the ice storm. But ideally, go to the National Weather Network and find our friends and watch their coverage because they know it like the back of their hand. And I think it's going to be really interesting stuff. And, maybe you'll see us at some point because if any of them gets knocked off the air, we've offered our help. Although God help anyone if I have to pronounce the parishes in Louisiana. So y'all have a great night. Thank you very much for your support of Panhandle Weather. We love you. Have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Just for you, Dr. Shane. Roll Tide.
To bring you the most popular cars in the world, like the stylish Camry and the sporty Corolla. Get award-winning style and 2.99% APR on a new Camry, named Best New Model by Kelley Blue Book. Plus, you get 90 days until you make your first payment.